have come across this guy, you might have loved him, you might have hated him, but that doesn't actually matter because maybe your opinion doesn't count.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
What matters is that this guy is absolutely incredible. Like, these are the kind of species we need in Africa. If we can have 50 of these kind of young guys who have a platform to showcase what they have in them, then I think Africa is gonna change in just a bit. So this is no other person than Ousman Touray, the young Gambian who had a scholarship to study in Canada but refused to go because he doesn't trust the education there.
They give you scholarship and you say you are not going. So you don't want to go Canada for school. Why?
Well, education is about trust. Education is about the environment. It's about how you can use what you get about the knowledge of your own society and how you can change it.
Like he said, education is about trusting the environment, trusting the institution you're going to study in. So he refused to go to Canada and said he wants to study in Rwanda. This is absolutely incredible because we see many Africans struggling to leave Africa. Some even pass and go die at the Mediterranean Sea, adventures and so on. But this young Gambian had this opportunity to go for a scholarship program in Canada but refused vehemently to go there because he thinks Africa is the best place to study and we need to uplift and make Africa grow. Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Daddy J and I create very beautiful content here. I make Africa related content. I also make videos with Chinese talking about Africa and their beliefs about Africa. I bring you vlogs and trending news. So if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please kindly do just now and boom 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 boom, that's the right thing to do. So with no wasting of time, we're gonna right into this video, which is an interview by Pararan Mock News, who is a Nigerian, to the Gambian Pan-Africanist, who is no other person than Ousman Touray. So I'm gonna be reacting to this video because I saw and find it very, very interesting. Now let's listen to what this Gambian guy had to tell us.
Last year, your video trend online, but I don't feel cash you that time. They give you scholarship and you say you are not going. So you don't want to go Canada for school. Why?
Well, education is about trust. Education is about the environment. It's about how you can use what you get about the knowledge of your own society and how you can change it. I did a BSc in Development Studies from the University of the Gambia, and I at least have an idea as to how it is important for one to acquire knowledge of your environment and how you can promote development from within.
Hey, Rakao. Ishok Pararan, Ishokam. You see, like the guy said, education is about trust. You know, for example, after you leave in the high school, you have decided to go to the university. You decide which university to go, and a particular university you are going is because you trust that particular university and you know what you want to go acquire there. You know what the university can offer for you to acquire what you want to acquire. So it's all about trust. It's all about your personal decision. Just like how Ousman decided that he wants to go and study in Rwanda. This is because he trusts what the Rwandan universities do offer. And like he said, it's all about knowing and having the knowledge of your own society and what you can do in order for you to change this particular society. So that's just what he's trying to do, and I think this is the knowledge that we all need to be having. Like, this guy has inspired me a lot. I think I will just leave where I am today, go back to Africa and start trusting my own. Oh my God. So wheresoever you are, I think we should be having this Pan-African knowledge thinking of going back home, no matter where you are studying, know that if you acquire this knowledge, you need to take it back home to see how you can develop Africa. That is the best thing we need to do in this place.
So I knew that I have a country that I use as a reference point, which is Rwanda, and I wanted to learn about the Rwandan development model. Just to remind you, Rwanda is one of those countries that was at zero in 1994. 1994 because of a genocide.
So what is making me laugh this much is Pararan. I'm just looking at the way Pararan is looking at him, and it sounds so amazing. It's so funny. Like, Pararan doesn't even know his environment so well, you know. When Ousman said Rwanda was backward in 1994, just say, oh yeah, he doesn't know anything. Pararan, you sabi only how to mock people, oh. You yourself, you don't know anything, oh. Oh my God.
And now they are one of the fastest growing countries in the world.
Rwanda is from West Africa,
that's in the East.
East Africa.
That's in East Africa.
You see what they are they talk. Pararan doesn't even know where Rwanda is found. He said, is it in West Africa? Rwanda is in East Africa. Oh, Rwanda and Kenyans, and you know, they are in East Africa. Pararan, you don't know, let me teach you now. But myself, I didn't know. Are you sure? Okay, Ousman has just told us that Rwanda is in East Africa, and we all believe him because we know he knows Africa better than we do know. And
looking at countries like that, there are things that other African countries need to learn from them. So academic challenges an individual to learn from societies like this and how you can bring in solution to your own environment. And that is why I opt to go and do my master's degree in Rwanda.
Wow, so you not like Canada?
No.
Pararan say, wow, so you not like Canada. You know, it's shocking because Canada is one of the top countries in the world that everybody wants to go to Canada. They feel like there you can make income so fast, is a greener pasture for them. Canada is a great nation, right? Yeah. So it's shocking that Ousman Touray had a scholarship to go to Canada, but he refused. You know, so it's so shocking to many people. That's why this thing actually had to trend. And here he's in Rwanda now, studying for a scholarship. Like I'm telling you, you just need to see the development in Rwanda. Shout out to President Paul Kagame of Rwanda, like he's doing really, really great there. And I think it's something that many of African leaders need to copy from him. We really need to develop our countries. Like Rwanda is extremely growing. From the pictures I've been seeing online and the works I've been seeing put in place there, I say Rwanda is really, really great. And with no time, I'm gonna visit Rwanda and see things for myself because I don't want to be hearing and seeing only on media platforms. I'm gonna visit Rwanda not long from now, and I'm gonna announce my trip. Definitely, I'll put it on this YouTube platform for you also to see what is happening there in Rwanda. Rwanda is really, really developed. So Ousman did not make any mistake to go to Rwanda for his master's degree program.
So why you not like him?
Not for my education, as I'm just telling you. It's high time that Africans start to strengthen institutions in Africa and believing that development cannot be imported. I can tell you this, top intellectuals in Africa have studied in the highest universities in the world, but what have they brought forth?
So because of that one.
So sometimes if you're studying, you need an environment. If I walk down the streets in Africa, I see problems, I see solution to those problems. If you are an individual studying agriculture in Canada, then you are given a vast area of land in Nigeria to practice what you've learned in Canada. In most situations, we failed because the environments are not the same.
Okay.
So that is very key in our trajectory, and it's high time for Africans to believe that there are good places in Africa There are good institutions in Africa, and there is the need for Africa to value what it has.
So you see, all these our big African leaders, most of them study abroad too. A lot of them study abroad. They studied abroad. So I don't know if when they were staying abroad, they were not really sitting and looking at the environment and we like their own countries to be like that. I for one, I'm in China. Sometimes when I walk in the streets of China, I look at places. All of my thought is, how can Africa be this great? So I don't know if when those people were studying abroad, they were not seeing and admiring their own countries to be so. And yet they are still traveling abroad. I don't know if they are not seeing and wanting their own countries to be so. You know, but they still come back to Africa and fail, which is very bad. It's a bad thing. So these environments are not the same. So it's better you remain in your own environment. You study there. I'm out here in China. You don't know the things we are going through here. It's another man's country. You have to respect their laws and so on and so forth. So when you are studying in your own Africa, you have that peace of mind. You have that good education and so on and so forth. We are in China. They might decide that they are not going to give us the right notes that they are teaching their Chinese. Yeah. China is the only country, or is one of the countries that I know that we don't attend the same classes with the Chinese students. Foreign students have their own classes, Chinese students have their own classes. So who knows what they are teaching the Chinese and who knows what they are teaching the foreign students. So it's better to acquire the knowledge of your own environment and see how you can change that particular environment. That's just it.
Wow. Okay, so your papa get money. Are you from a rich family? Because I just put her in pidgin because of my people. So
I don't I would like to answer from when you say whether my dad has money.
Yeah.
Of course he doesn't. I do not come from a family that has money. I came from a family that has dignity, a family that has values, a family that is African, and a family that has put in me principles.
Okay.
So even the Bible said, train up your own child in the way that he should grow, so that when he is old, he's not gonna depart from it. That's actually what Ousman Touray's parents did. I'm very sure of that. Yeah. Shout out to that humble family and a Pan-African family. We love you all. Africa love you. The Pan-Africans love you so much. So keep up bringing your children in that same way. And this is an example that we all need to copy and see how we can bring our children in the right way. So the being of Ousman today, I think, is not by mistake, but by the respect of the Bible quotation of train up a child in the way that he should grow, so that when he is old, he's not gonna depart from it.
Because the reason why they ask, a lot of Africa, they want discharge. You understand what I mean? They want run, and you get scholarship. You say no. So because the environment there is different.
Yeah,
Wait till give you that mind.
A lot of Africans want discharge. You hear the way Paran said it. Yeah, of course that's true. A lot of Africans are taking adventures traveling through the Mediterranean Sea to enter in Europe and America. A lot of them died in the sea, which is very pitiful. So seeing Ousman having a scholarship and refusing to go means he knows what he's doing and he knows where he's actually going to. So shout out Ousman. If you're watching this video, I respect you a lot. I respect your decisions. I respect your intelligence. I respect everything about you, my dear brother. Keep up the good work, for one day I know Africa is gonna be great. We keep believing.
But let me tell you this. You know, there exists the mainstream media. Sometimes what we see on TV is not true. Today you will see a brother in America, you see a brother in Europe, a brother anywhere. Before, like 30 years ago, if someone traveled from Africa to America or to Europe, they take care of a whole family. Today, how many brothers will leave one family and go to Europe They cannot even buy a bag of rice. It tells you that there is not good as it is pictured on TV. But we don't have to learn about the world from TVs. We have to learn about the world from literatures that exist. And that is to say, Africans have to value what Africa has, start to strengthen our continent from within. We have institutions where we can learn from. We have experts where we can learn from. I do not condemn the fact that people will still want to go. Let them go and study. Let them visit anywhere else where they want to go to around the world. Let them just have the sense of patriotism that no matter how long you go, you still have Africa where you call home, and you have a responsibility in making it a better place.
Wow.
See, what we see on TV about the Western world is not actually what it is. There are a lot of things they don't show you. Make I talk this one for Pidgin. For front White House for America, for front White House, standing water they there, but they not go show you. They not go show you. Standing water there for front White House, they not go show you. They choose to show you what you have to see and not what you want to see. That's why sometimes when I see videos online about, when I go to Chinese media platforms, I see funny videos about Africa. They put videos of children wearing, or they're not even wearing slippers, they are barefooted, and that's how the Chinese will be laughing. They said these are the kind of children we have in Africa. This is the kind of life we live in Africa, you know. So I feel like these images are put on the social media by our own African brothers, which I think is not the right thing to do. So let's learn to show the positive sides of Africa. Let's try to take good videos about Africa and put on media. You know, that's what the Western world do. They take only good things and put out of the world, so that we see that, oh, this place is good, this place is good, this place is good. Whereas that's not actually the whole deal, you know. So let's change from that mentality. So all of you should make sure you go back to Africa, invest in Africa, make Africa great and that place that we have to be, so that the next generation is not gonna suffer the way we are suffering. The next generation is not gonna go for adventures out in Europe and Americas and even in China. So let's try to see how we can invest in Africa and create this our world by our own selves. That's just the best thing to do. Africa actually has a lot, and we need to start valuing what we have. If we value what we have, then even what is lacking in our universities in Africa, we're gonna equip them. You know, knowing yourself first and believing in yourself is the strongest weapon you will ever have. So if we believe in what we have, then we're gonna impact ourselves with what we need. That's just the truth. So Africa needs to start believing and trusting in what they have. All right?
So tell me about Africa education.
Well, education in Africa is challenging. It is challenging in a sense that there are some things that needed to be present and they are not.
So what will be those things?
And I can tell you this. First, let us look into our civilization. Let us look into our fundamental principles as Africans and the way in which our societies have lived before. It is very important. When Westerners were coming, they had this agenda that the best way to deal with us is to control the mindset, is to control the brain of the African child. For if we believe that things has to be Western to be correct, they have to be white to be correct, then they can make us, you know, they can dominate us. And that is how our education system is. When many African countries attained flag independence, they thought everything was there, not knowing that there was a continuation. Because in the mind of the young African that is energetic, the young African that is skillful, the young African that could earn something for a society, there is something controlling it, telling them that no, Africa is not the hub. You need to leave to succeed. And that is how we are losing our most valuable resources, and that is the human capital. Now, coming down to the education system, every country that wants to develop, you have to develop based on the culture, based on the reality of your country, based on agriculture in your country, based on education which is tailored by the reality of your own country. So that is why African countries now have to look into the curriculums. What do we teach people when they go to school? It is no longer about the language. This English doesn't fit anyone. French doesn't fit anyone. What fits you is skills, it's knowledge, and that has to be in the education system. Our schools has to be solution centers. When people go to school, upon leaving school, there is a society that awaits them. So the education system must be tailored in a way that it is not going to create job seekers but job creators. The education system must be tailored in a way that when people leave, they see solution to our societies. And also the sense of patriotism. And an individual cannot be patriotic if they don't know about who they are. Knowledge about the South. Knowing that you're black, knowing that you're African, knowing the history behind the African, knowing the civilization of the African people, that is what is going to enhance that sense of patriotism in individuals. I can just tell you something. Japan was zero, but Japanese had to send their children outside of Japan to go and study, but keep track of them. Before they send them, they put in principles in them. They put knowledge about the self in them. And that is why they went back to Japan, and now they are doing what they are doing. You've seen the Chinese in recent years. We have seen many other societies like Singapore, which gained independence the same year with my own country, the Gambia. Where is Singapore today and where is Gambia? Where is Singapore and where is Nigeria, for instance, with all the resources present in Nigeria? Because people are not given the necessary skills and knowledge to drive the resources that we have as a continent in solving our realities. So that is what affects the education system.
So the education is not to teach them the right way.
Exactly.
Good. So
when I used to be in primary and secondary schools back in my country, sometimes when you speak the vernacular in school, they punish you for that. Look at the Chinese today. They learn in their own language and they understand. And just like Ousman said, it's not about the language, it's about what you are having in you. I might go to school, you teach me how to connect circuits in my language, I understand. What was the aim, or what did I want to learn? How to connect circuit, not the language. So it's about what we are acquiring and not the language. If you want to study language, you can look for a faculty in a university that studies language and you pursue it. So it's not about language, it's about what you are knowing. So that's just it. So let's promote our African culture, let's promote our African language. Guys, you've listened and I think it's a long video, but it's worth watching because you're gonna acquire a lot from it. And more to that, if you are a Pan-African, then you will find this video very, very interesting. So guys, thanks so much for watching. My name is Daddy J, and please, if you haven't subscribed to this channel here, kindly subscribe and turn on the post notification so that each time we upload another video, you're gonna be the first person to watch. So shout out to Pararan Mock News, thanks for doing this interview. Shout out to Ousman Touray. Shout out to all those who are watching this video. Shout out to all the Pan-Africanism or Pan-Africanist. Too much talk where I like, nah, they make me and they make mistake. Bye bye, cha. Bye bye.